And that's better. A bit of warm light coming through towards you for this face. Do you know what? This is the 4th time now I've tried to do this video. Simba's decided that he's going to be very vocal through all this, haven't you, Simba? Even though I've told him off, but hey, he's still vocal. Let me move the camera around that way a little bit. Look at my gorgeous pictures in the background. Not the messy table behind the sofa there with the lamp on, as you can see, just there, something like that. But Simba's decided to be naughty, haven't you? Get on there and lie down now, please. Come on, quickly, quickly. Thank you. Zina, stay. So they just don't listen. They never listen. Get a wolf dog, they said. Your life will be so much richer and so much happier and so much fruitful, they said. Ruined sofa, ruined mattress. When I first had Simba, he was quiet. He was only about 4 months old. He was very quiet. And I thought, oh, bless him, he'd put himself to bed. Oh, he had put himself to bed on my bed, and he'd ripped through the sheet and the mattress, and he was just happily doing it for about half an hour before I realised. So if you ever get a wolf dog and they get really quiet, look out. Unless they're next to you on the sofa or next to you when you're eating or whatever. But honestly, look out, because he used to do these things and look so pleased with himself. He ruined my sofa. And I come home and he was like, oh, look what I've done, Mummy. And everything was everywhere. And I thought, oh, grief. But anyway, so I digress. But I hope you're all okay today. This is Dracula's daughter. Not being dragged through the hedge backwards this time because she's sporting a new hair colour. It's a lot darker than my usual reds, which is it's even darker than the last lot I did. But this is my my own. I basically jazzed this colour up myself to do it, and it's come out okay, darker than the last time, but it's still got the rich red tones to it, so which I like. So, and as you can see, so I've done my lips to match, and yes, I do have eye makeup on, and I've got lashes on and everything. So yes, so full slap on today again. I thought I'd better do it because I keep promising that I'm going to do it, so I did it. One day I suppose I will show you how I put my makeup on. I mean, by no means a makeup artist, and I just put the makeup on my face the way I like it, and I try to follow makeup tips online, but as you can see, it doesn't work. No, it doesn't work at all. But hey, you know, we all have our own way of putting it. Some of them just have a little bit of eyebrows, some of us have no eyebrows, some of us sport full eyebrows, look like caterpillars. If that's the look you go for it. But anyway, so I hope you're all okay today with this awful weather. It was lovely and sunny this morning, and I thought, oh, how nice. I thought, let's hope it's going to be like that all day, but no. It's gone grey. It's lightening up a little bit now. I suppose it's hearing me talk. So, but anyway, so I still haven't heard from that charity yet, so, but I suppose it takes time, doesn't it? Because they're all volunteers, like they don't get paid, and I don't get paid for doing this video, so I haven't heard from them. So it took them a good few weeks, a couple of weeks to get back to me. So because of being busy with all the Pride days there have been and everything, and everybody getting in touch with them, and there's only a few people running the whole charity, so not expecting for yet another week or so, but I'm being vetted for it apparently, so I can't see it happening. Can you? The stuff I come out with, I can't see me being vetted properly and say, yeah, oh yes, you can join that charity because of my mouth. It is a bit big gabby, and you know, so the mouth says things before the brain gets engaged sometimes, but hey, that's me, and always will be me, and if they are vetting me and they are watching this video, please try not to tell me what to do on my videos, because I want to keep it being me and my thoughts alone, and that's why people watch me, really. So I don't want to deviate from that, regardless of how much exposure or how many subscribers I'd get through it. It's through the charity. It's a case of me being me, me spouting off my thoughts on on my channel, really. So non-political. Of course, if there are questions, the sun's coming at night. If there are questions anybody needs answering, just get in touch, and I will do my utmost to try and answer them to the best of my ability. And even personal questions, which you're more than welcome to. There are certain things I won't even talk about. I won't even touch on. If you ask me a question, I'll just say, wait, stop it now, if they get too rude. So, but hey ho. I still haven't found a space in my big apartment to put the camera, so I can just sit down and do a video straight away without faffing about. I'm still thinking, oh, which room shall I have? And I'm thinking to myself, the lounge is the best room because it's the lightest. It's got windows on either side, and that side and that side. So the light streams in, and I've got this little light thing, this little lamp thing next to me here, which I might have to get a stand for it to make it taller, so it's behind there. So it's flashing straight to my face instead of the side of my face. But hey, that's just one of those things I have to work on, and I'm still a newbie, as they say. But anyway, so last time I spoke about a bit of everything about my new eyelashes. I was going to put the new eyelashes on today, but I thought, no, they're too big, because after this I've got to take the dog out. So I'm going to take Zena out for a walk, and she's asleep at the moment. She hates going out in the rain, so I thought I'll wait for it to dry. The sun's coming out, so hopefully it'll stay like this now until later on, until I take her out, until after I upload the video. But anyway, so that's me for today. I was going to do, I did do the, I put up the back door, pardon the euphemism. I put up the external door for the patio. I did that last week. I don't know, yeah, I did tell you. A mind like a sieve, really is. Yeah. And see, oh, you've got a mind like a sink. Ah, well, you know, so it takes away the detritus, doesn't it? Simba, will you shut up or I will smack your bum? I've got the sofa right there, and Simba's there. I'm literally halfway across the lounge. The sofa's there, 3-seater, 4-seater sofa, and next to that I've got a coffee table right here next to me here, and the cat's curled up on it on one of my little bags, fast asleep on there. So Simba's not liking it because he doesn't know where the cat is. But I think he's seen a fly or something. He's looking at all over the room. But anyway, so yes. So what was I saying? What was I saying? Oh yeah, it's that mind like a sieve. See? See, I told you. Oh, this bloody lipstick I've got on, so it dries the lips. Not mad. So my fault. I didn't put lip balm on first. Because this dries the lips. It's Huda Beauty. I've got 2 lots of Huda Beauty on there, and I've got my CoverGirl lippy on there. So it's 3 lippies and a lip liner. Yeah. But anyway, so as I was saying, yes. So I still haven't found a place to do, you know, like a proper place to make do the videos. I might just sit right here and stick right here because the pictures of the back look really nice, and they do look well. The picture behind me here is called My Shrine. It's a music sheet from the 1898 or something like that. I've got another one which is very rude, so it's not rude. Well, it's not rude. It's not PC at all, and because this here is sheet music, sheet music, and this is I think this one's been signed by the musician who wrote this song, or they've got another song. But anyway, so but I do have one, and I have a couple actually. So one is really nice, very colourful. I might put that up instead of this one next time, and just have a bit of a change. But this one's been up on the wall here for years. But my other one has it's beautiful. It's all very nouveau style on there. So, and it's red and green and white. So, but the other one not PC at all, and that's hidden away. I won't even throw it out because even though it's not PC, it's against everything we believe in today, and totally against everything I believe in as well, personally. But it is part of our history, and erasing our history won't make us learn from it. Is that people are trying to eradicate the books that we had when we were children, that that were classed as racist or sexist, and people want to get rid of those books. But we have to remember that those books are our past, is part of our heritage, and is part, regardless if they're not right in today's society, which a lot of them are. Agatha Christie, for instance, there's one book that was changed topics, the title has been changed 3 times. I won't tell you what they were originally, and it was quite rude, and very rude actually, and it's called And Then They Were None. But this was changed decades ago, even before all this so all this stuff about, oh, we have to change the past. We can't change the past. The past is the past. What we should do from it is learn from it, and that's exactly the same with anything and everything. Is whatever has happened in the past, we should learn and grow from it. It's like, for instance, like the Holocaust and things like that. People are trying to say that it never happened. It's not true. Blah blah blah. And but there's proof. There's proof positive that it happened. There's proof positive that it's true. There's proof positive that it did happen, and it was happening before the Second World War, and it carried on in some countries since then, and even now it's happening in some countries still, because of your religion or your sexuality, shoved into labour camps and things, which I think is totally wrong, and it's totally immoral for any government of any country to do that. But there are people out there that are trying to dumb down, for want of a better word, of the Holocaust, what happened during the Second World War, and to turn around and change our history by saying it never happened, and that should never happen. You should never, ever, ever eradicate our past, because our past is our past, and we learn from that, and especially with the Holocaust and things like that, and the books that were written in the past with derogatory names and words and things. We have learned now to be more accepting and to be more socially accepting as well, and so everything we've learned from our past, we should leave it there in our past and learn from it. Not eradicate it, not get rid of it. It's part of society, it's part of us. Getting rid of the past is, I suppose, is an utopian way of looking, let's have a better life kind of thing. But if we don't look back at our lives and see if similar situations happened in the past, and how it affected people, how are we going to stop it in the future? It's the same on an individualistic level as well. If you've done things in the past, if some things have happened to you in the past, and they kept happening to you, and you didn't deal with them in a certain way, when a similar situation comes to you next time, if you notice there's a similar situation, you're going towards a similar situation in the future, look back and learn from how you dealt with it then. If that wasn't the right way of dealing with it, then try a different way. And I think that things do happen to people that haven't learnt from past, not mistakes, but past situations, and we do tend to fall into the same trap again and again and again, in order for us to work out a situation and say, that's how to deal with that, and then leave it there in the past and then go on to the future. And if we haven't learned from it, then we will carry on. Sina, thank you. We will carry on living it. So like a loop kind of thing, you know. So that's how I personally see life anyway. If you don't learn from something, it'll come back to you. It'll come back to you and back and back and back. And that's why we should never, ever, ever get rid of our past. Our past is our past, and whether good or bad. And this goes, pardon me, a lot of trans people that I know, especially trans girls, trans women, don't want to talk about their past before they started to transition, and which I think is wrong, because no matter what changes you are going through, your past is still your past, and that is part of, because you will still go through those things as a trans woman. Some of the things as a trans woman, maybe not as much, maybe not as deep, maybe not as often, but it will still happen, because if you haven't learned from it, you will end up going through that situation again until you do learn. And I believe in that strongly, and that's why one of the reasons why I'm doing these videos is to prove to people that whatever happened to your past is a part of you. It's like with me, I always tell people I was a boy, it's who I am, it is a part of me. I was born a boy. I was as they say, assigned male at birth. 2 years ago, in June and July, just gone, 2 years, I was sexually assaulted in the town centre here. I was taking Zena out, and this guy asked for a hug, and oh, can I have a cuddle? And okay, give him a cuddle. And as he did that, put his hand down my top, down my boob, and I went, okay, get off. And then he tried to put his willy out. He was totally over his face, and he tried to put his willy out and go, come on, come around the corner and this, whatever. And I'm there going, you know, you will end up in, you know, it's like, do you want to go to prison? And he said, oh, I've just come out. And went, well, do you want to go back in? And whatever. You know, come on, start grabbing me and dragging me around the corner. And it was just horrible. It was awful. It wasn't the fact that he grabbed my boob and sexually assaulted me, and you know, was just about to show his willy until I turned my face away. And then I walked up a bit of the street and then come back down, and then started to walk up my road, because I literally live in the town centre. And he saw me and he shot across the road, and outside my building he grabbed me again. And it wasn't the fact that, and I was trying to dodge him, and it wasn't the fact that of what he was saying, it was the fact of what he was doing. He wasn't letting me go, and he wasn't letting me go past him, and that was the most frightening thing. It wasn't the fact that he grabbed my boot. I would have slapped him, but he was a skinny old thing, and I had Zena on one hand on the lead, and he grabbed me, and as he grabbed me, I tried to grab his arm and twist it around him, and the look of anger that shot across his face, zoom, like that, literally. And I thought, then he started smiling again, and I thought, uh-oh, he's not a stable guy. And I just freaked out. And I'm there going, no one was around. 9 o'clock in the evening, and it was broad daylight, 9 o'clock in the evening, and no one was around. And I'm there going, oh, the chip shop had just closed. And I'm there going, oh no, what am I going to do? And it was, and I can't run because of my hips. So I waddle. I know it's laughable now, and I giggle about the way I was waddling down the road, and I finally got away from him because I pushed him, and I finally got away. I went around the corner and I burst into tears, and I saw this little old lady, well, not old, but this little woman, and said, have you got a phone? And she went, yeah, why? I said, can you phone the police, which was sexually assaulted? And I burst into tears. Policeman turned up, and at the station he was there going, well, what should I put down on here? Because this goes back to me being me. And he said, oh, what should I put down? I don't know what to put down here, blah, blah, blah. And I said, oh, you know, I was born a boy. And he said, oh, should I put that down? And I said, well, no. I said, because you will get told off, because the PC thing is to say I was assigned male at birth. And he went, oh, okay. So, and that's what he typed up and everything. So, you see, me personally was going, yeah, just put that down. But I didn't want him to get hauled up in front of his chief or whatever they do, his boss and whatever, to say, right, you've got this wrong, blah blah blah, whatever. It's not PC to say that. And but I personally was quite happy for him to do that. because it is part of me. It is part of my life. It's made me who I am today, and I've spoken about this before. It has made me who I am today. Simba, leave it alone, please. Thank you, Simba. Oh dear me, what's the matter? Now stop it. Now go and lie down. Go on. Thank you. Do you know, he's such a boy, honestly, never listens, like a bloody teenager in the house, honestly, really is. But anyway, so yes, so going back to being proud of who you are and be proud of your past, whether it's good or bad. I'm not talking about if you've done murder or anything like that, or affected the vulnerable, the old, or children in the world. I'm not talking about stuff like that. I'm talking about you personally. From being a boy to being a girl, from being a girl to being a boy, because that is a part of you, and be proud of that part, because we have struggled to get here. I know for a fact that we haven't struggled as much as women have, you know, the emancipation of women and everything, so, you know, so the fight that they've had to go through to where they are today. But we still fight, we still have fought to where we, and we are still fighting, and the women are still fighting as well. So women and trans people are fighting to get to where they want to be today. And, oh grief, why do I do these things, honestly? I just start something and, oh, there we go. So yes, so the battles that we go through, the tribulations in life that we go through, good or bad, shape us who we are today, and we learn from that. We learn from our past. If you've done something naughty in the past, then learn from it to say, right, fine, I won't do that again. But like I said, unless it's to do with murder or if it affects vulnerable, old, or children, then there's no hope for you. But there you go. That's how I feel. But hey, but anything else? Just be you and carry on being you. I'm in a bit of a funny mood anyway the last couple of days. My mental health has given me a bit of a kicking over the last few days. So, and I'm still feeling a bit raw and a bit lack of energy, for want of a better word. So, not in a good place. But yesterday I did start my this was the Saturday, but I started it last week anyway. I did week 1, so I ended up doing up to the 29th of October on my course, which is Understanding Criminology. Here's book 2 here. Book 1's over the other side of the sofa. There's book 2, Understanding Introduction to Criminology, and this is chapters 9 to 18. So looking forward to reading this, and it's just a lot. Contesting responses to gendered violence. That is to do with, and I've spoken to this about this before. Gendered violence is like if there's two people in a relationship, for instance. I'll use the generic terms of him and her. He is more masculine than she is, and he treats her abominably. He beats her up and everything because he has to assert his masculinity onto her, or vice versa. It could be her that's beating him, and that's gendered violence. We see more of men beating at women, or the male beating at the female, the masculine beating at the feminine, rather than the other way around. I suppose it's because the feminine beating up the masculine. Not many of those people want to report it because it takes away their masculinity, but it doesn't. It doesn't. Being strong means asking for help, and that's where we all fall down. Really, it's the fact that we don't ask for help too often, and which we should. If the help is there, then we should ask for it. Right, okay, and I'm going to do this now every time I'm on. I was thinking yesterday about doing every day a little bit about the day, the birthday of people. Like today is October the 8th, and the day of high romance. That is the day, and if we were born on this day, Jesse Jackson, Klaus Kinski, Polish film actor, Season, no, Sigourney Weaver. Oh, there we go. Sigourney Weaver's a Libra, but there we go. Paul Hogan today, his birthday. Juan Perón, Argentina. You know Eva Perón. Yeah. Well, her husband was a Libra. She must have been an Aries, I think, because the way she carted on. But there you go. Well, there you go. The others I haven't heard. None of us have heard of. But the strengths of people that are born today is imaginative, romantic, and capable. Weakness, flighty, emotionally liable, and power absorbed. Keep to your path and move steadily forward for people that are born today, October the 8th. Learn to deal with distractions. Don't get sidetracked. Use your wisdom to help yourself as well as others. Experiences are not only to be lived but learned from as well. Beware of getting stuck. Now, is that the same of... I'm sure that was the same of the 5th, wasn't it? Because I remember reading that before. Oh, no. Well, there you go. Let's go to some of this. And the tarot is the major arcana is strength or courage, which shows a graceful queen taming a furious lion. My cards, it shows 2 big cats with a person. Queen symbolises the female magician who can master rebellious energies and stands for moral as well as physical strength. This card's positive attributes including charisma and determination to succeed. The negative qualities include complacency and the misuse of power. Well, there we go. That's and it's the number 8, of course, today. And number 8 are ruled by the number 8 and by the planet Saturn. Since Saturn carries a strong feeling of responsibility and accompanying tendency towards caution, limitation, and fatalism. The combined influence of this planet and Venus, which is Libra's ruler, of course, and Taurus is ruler, Venus. So we are the only sign. Number 1, Libra is the only sign that's not depicted by an animal or person, and the only sign that shares their ruling planet, Venus, with Taurus. So anyway, so Libra's Venus, and can trigger an October 8 person's darker, more depressed and discontented feelings towards relationships. Those ruled by the number 8 generally build their lives and careers slowly and carefully. Although they are more often quite warm-hearted, those ruled by the number 8 can present a cool or detached exterior. Sometimes a Saturn-Venus connection can indicate childhood difficulties with a parent of the opposite sex. So this is what my little book is saying. So, but health will not have so many problems with their physical health as with their psychological health, particularly in relation to their emotional experiences. So it looks like they have a bad experience maybe. They are particularly prone to depression and find it difficult to deal with grief, either attempting to ignore it or conversely allowing it to dominate their life. We should never dominate. We should never let depression dominate our life. We should let it be part of our lives, but not dominate. And it's really hard to dwell on when you're in a dark place, to actually stay there because you feel cocooned and everything, and it's really weird. October 8 people are extremely complex emotionally and therefore may find that psychological counselling can be helpful in keeping them on track. So there you go. Aesthetic forms of physical exercise, particularly dancing, are recommended for October 8 people. Those born on this day must not put too much faith in extreme or unusual diets, and instead should ground themselves with earthy foods such as grains, bread, stews and root vegetables, which is, well, I don't know when this book was written, but the way of eating, it's not, well, a diet is, your diet is a diet. It's whatever you're eating, that's your diet. Or this thing about saying, oh yeah, well, I'm on this diet, I'm on that diet. It should be a way of eating. And my way of eating does not have grains, bread and root vegetables in it because I chose not to eat those. And I am losing weight, and people are just poo-pooing the fact that, oh, no, you're not eating. You're not eating properly if you're not having bread with your dinner. You're not eating properly if you're not having root vegetables like potatoes and things. But hey, no, I'm feeling good for it. I'm off sugar as well. So all well and good. But anyway, look, I've got to go because it's nearly 30 minutes in and I'm waffling on. But anyway, so thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And please share the heck out of this page and the channel. And if you think that one person would benefit from it, either from having a giggle for watching me chatting about inane stuff or might help them in life, please please pass it on to them and see if it will, even if it's just for 2 minutes, gets them, even for laughing at me, and gets them to forget about their life for about 2 minutes. All well and good. So I think I got a pain right there. It's really awful. Anyway, I think one of the dogs got me in the night or something. But anyway, so bye-bye and thank you for watching. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.